Alright, hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video we're going to be showing the proper installation of Immersive Epic, since one of my viewers did report they had some trouble with it and they think they just messed up during installation. So first thing I'm going to do is I will actually, oh not that one, I'll just open a file explorer here. And I'll show you my file structure. So I have everything separated out onto individual drives based on what they are. But Skyrim I keep separate on its own drive, on the D drive. And you'll notice this drive is labeled Epic Skyrim. That's because this is my Immersive and Epic Skyrim drive. So if we check the drive, all it has is Vortex folders and a Steam folder, which actually, since I'm recording, I'll show you. These are some of the folders you need to manually delete. There are also four folders. Three in app data, one in my games that you need to delete if you're purging an old install. So I will just quickly do that now because I did not realize I still had that stuff sitting here. This also very critical, needs to go. Okay, then we can just minimize that window for now. So once these are done deleting, I can actually continue with what I had planned for the video. Actually, on that note, cancel this video. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to this video. It's a bit different than my normal format. What we're doing today is we're showing the proper installation of Immersive and Epic, since some of my viewers have reported issues with the installation. So first thing I'm going to do is show you a quick look at my file structure. So over here on the left, you can see how I have all my drives separated out based on what they're for. And you'll notice that Skyrim doesn't go in my games drive, it goes on its own dedicated D drive. This is because some of the collections require quite a bit of free space on the same drive. So if we go to that drive, we can see that the only folder on it is a Steam library, and there is nothing in the Steam library. This drive will only ever have Vortex and Skyrim installed on it with the collection for whichever drive I'm on. So this will be Immersive and Epic. To start things off, we're going to install. We're going to make sure we install to D Vortex because we want Vortex and Skyrim on the same drive. That is rather important for a lot of collections. You definitely want them on the same drive. Because I use multiple AIO collections, that's all in one collections, I have to keep all of them on separate drives, which is why it is specifically labeled Epic Skyrim, Pure Skyrim, Adult Skyrim, etc. So we're just going to install there to dvortex. That will be fine. There we go, and now we can run Vortex and actually set it up to get it ready for Skyrim. We can't actually tell it we have Skyrim yet because I haven't installed that yet, because I want to make sure that everybody sees this with a fresh install of Skyrim. When installing a big collection, I always recommend completely deleting out Vortex and Skyrim. That includes the files left behind by the uninstaller. There are 3 folders in app data, 1 folder in my games, and then both installation folders, the Vortex downloads folder and the Vortex mods folder. Those do not actually get removed by the uninstaller. What it removes is basically registry information. As far as I can tell, it doesn't do much beyond that. So first thing I usually do is log into my premium account, because with installing so many large collections and doing beta testing for these collections, I quite often have multiple reinstalls needed. So we need to log in with premium. All right, and immediately you'll notice we have a few questions here. Extension update. Okay, yeah, we'll just restart now so that it does that and doesn't bother us about it later. I'll minimize that window so you don't have to look at my other stuff. And then they want to know about usage data. I'm going to say yes. You don't have to, but I do. So then we go to settings. Sorry, I had a little bit of a brain fart. You need to enable profile management. That is a must. Then we need to go to mods. No, we can't go there yet because it needs to know what game it's modding, but we can change the downloads directory. So again, we want to put this on the same drive as everything else. So with our Vortex and our Skyrim, so we'll make this new folder, Vortex downloads. There we go. Select folder and click apply. All right, and now I'm going to close out Vortex because it's best to refresh it after installing Skyrim. And what we're going to do now is we're going to fire up Steam. We're going to search my huge library for Skyrim. And we're not going to stream it from my other computer. We're going to install it on this computer. And we're not going to install it to my default Steam directory. Remember, we've moved it specifically to its own directory with nothing else in it. So there we go, D Steam library, next. All of my D drives are set up the exact same way to avoid complications with the Windows registry. So I will be back once this is installed and ready to go. Keep in mind, you also have to launch Skyrim once before doing any modding and get it to install the Anniversary Edition content. Not all collections require the Anniversary content. I don't believe the Immersive collections do, but it's possible Immersive and Epic does. I'd have to recheck the collection page, which is always a good thing to do if you're questioning anything about the install or how things are behaving. And so I'm going to cut the video, and I'll see you when this is done. Alright everybody, we're back, and we're going to fire up Skyrim for the first time, just to make sure it loads properly. Now, it automatically sets me to Ultra, so the only thing I need to change here is resolution. After you've added any kind of significant mods to Skyrim, actually, as soon as you add Skyrim script extender, you should always launch using the script extender, which doesn't get you this screen. So if you ever need to adjust your settings, use Beth INI. Just search it on Google, you should be able to find it easy enough. It allows you to configure these settings without the launcher. Alright, so here we go. Let's fire that up. And for whatever reason, it loads behind, so we're going to click over to it. Now, I don't know if you can see the camera border caused by my recording software, but I think it's only visible to me. So as you can tell, I log in and it says thanks for buying Skyrim Anniversary Edition, and it wants me to download it, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to cut the video one more time, and I'll see you once this is installed. Alright, and welcome back. So we've got Anniversary Edition all installed up there. And now, so that we know we never have to use it again, I'm going to delete this shortcut. And we can launch Vortex and finish setting it up. Alright, so the first thing we need to do... Profile management is enabled, but there's no profiles. Because there's no games yet. So we'll go to games. We'll scroll down to Skyrim. Where is it? Here it is, Skyrim Special Edition. Alright, now we have profiles. This is critical for all major collections for Skyrim. Add a new profile. You don't need to click these two, but I choose to so that each profile has its own saves and information. And we are going to call this Epic, because it is immersive and epic. We're going to click save, and then we're going to enable that profile. Now immediately we've got some alerts here. Skyrim script extender not installed. Completely ignore that. Basically every big collection will already include it. Loose files may not get loaded. Simply click fix. Mods can't be deployed. Click fix. Click next. click Apply Fix, click Suggest. It should go to the same drive that you have Vortex and Skyrim installed on. Click Apply, Hard Link Deployment, click Apply. So there's our profile set up with our mods folder set up. So the next thing we have to do, I think that's actually everything for right now. So I'm going to, I'll just, you don't need to see what I'm watching there. It's just house anyway, but one of those really shouldn't allow that into the video, but I'm too lazy to cut it. Alright, so we need to go to Nexus Mods, and we are going to look for Immersive and Epic Realms of Nirn NSFW, which is not safe for work. Okay, so now before we install the latest revision, I'm going to double check the installation instructions in case they have changed since the last time I've installed. So let's check this out. Requirements. The latest version of Skyrim SE and AE. We have that. Okay, excellent. And it has to be on Steam, not compatible with the other versions. You need the AE content for this collection. Okay, that's good to know. Remember to download it. We already did that. 175 gigabytes of free space is initially needed. There's a 75 gigabyte download folder that you can remove later on. I do not. I find that periodically it causes issues with Vortex. Having Nexus Premium is almost a necessity for this collection. You can install it without Premium, but it will take a lot of time and isn't a recommended process. A lot of time is an understatement. It will take you bloody forever. They have a Discord server. Definitely check that out if you have any questions, problems, or need to look up more detailed information on the collection. If you had INA or IMP before this, just follow regular installation steps. Basically, they share enough files that they'll continue to work even if you have them all on separate profiles. I keep them on completely separate hard drives to avoid any complications because I'm doing a lot of testing for Canley Burke regarding these collections. It's not a DLC and upgrade, etc. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, if you had INA Next Gen collection before this, you'll likely see some. Oh yeah, so that is one of the collections I used to use. This collection includes the vast majority of those upgrades, which is why you definitely don't want to have that installed on any active profiles. But like I said, I recommend only running one all-in-one collection at a time. Even though these ones can coexist, I don't recommend it. So we've got some videos and stuff like that. So here we go, installation. So single extra step compared to a one-click installation, and that's ENB. So I will show you how to install ENB. So we go here, we go enbdev.com. That brings us here. Now this step is critical, but idiotic. Click News. Now you can click Download. And then from here you can scroll down, Skyrim SE, and then here at the bottom, latest version, and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you finally get a download button. Click the button, not the word. The word is just a word. Okay, then we can open that, and we want to open wrapper version, and these are the only two files you need. Everything else in here is completely useless. So copy files to clipboard, and we can now minimize that. And then to install it, we're going to go to our Skyrim drive, Steam Library, Steam Apps Common Skyrim. And in this folder, not the data folder, in this folder, you want to paste those files. ENB is installed. Skyrim will automatically detect it and launch with it. The collection itself will have some presets for ENB to optimize appearance and performance. These are recommended highly because ENB is not the most efficient program without any outside interference. Okay, so that is the one step outside of the one-click install. And then here it specifies, do not use the default profile. That's why we made a new one. Almost all all-in-one collections will tell you to do this. It is critical. I have run into the problems. They don't make sense. No one can explain them. It's something to do with Vortex. Never use the default profile for anything. All right, so now that we've clarified that, you basically just install it through Vortex, and after the installation is complete, download the ENB files from this link. So we're going to actually open that now and take a quick look at that. Oh, it's actually just taking us to ENB series anyway, which is good. Someone's got a link that actually works more or less. It can't be a direct download link for complicated reasons, but his link actually connects to the proper page, which is better than most links. So here we go. You can watch this 3-minute video if you are confused. I've just shown you how to do that in a few seconds. You don't need a 3-minute video. Or you can look at the pictured guide below. Well, like I said, we've already clarified how to install the ENB DLLs. Okay, so here we go, just detailed instructions, blah, 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 blah. And then contents. Okay, so what does it say here? Yeah, we did that, we did that, we did that. Create and enable new profile. Yep, okay, so we just have to install now. And then we need to install a preset. And I think there's a recommended preset somewhere. Let's just double check in case I need to download it. Trying to remember which preset he recommended to me before. Well, you know what? I'll just go without a preset for now. Or actually, you know what? I will use a preset that I use for a different collection. Because the installation process is the same. So anyway, enough of me rambling. We're actually going to finally click Add to Vortex. Okay. Now, this next thing I'm going to tell you is absolutely critical. And I mean absolutely critical. While an all-in-one collection is installing, do not do anything in Vortex. Vortex is not the most intelligent program. If you try to muck about with stuff while it's downloading and installing, it's almost guaranteed to screw something up. So don't do it. Alright, so we're going to wait for the install to finish downloading, and I will be back after that's done. Alright everybody, we're back. So as you can see, the collections installer has finished downloading, and we're ready to go. So there are some minimum requirements listed, and the installation instructions, just in case there's any confusion. So you can click Install Now. And like I said, it's critical that you do absolutely nothing unless directed by the installer. Don't pay attention to anything up here until after the installer's done, and even then I'll show you what to do. This note came up automatically. I really like that. I wish more collections did that. This note did not, but that's okay. It's just letting me know. Yes, take me to those instructions. There we go. We can see the instructions. We can see the mods. That's probably something safe we can do, switch between the two. But you don't want to start making changes. You don't want to click through too many of these other options and menus. You just want to let Vortex be Vortex and install the collection. Now, thanks to Canley Burke's brilliant setup, the install will basically take care of itself. So at this point, I can cut the video and just come back to you when it's all done. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright everyone, welcome back. So we've got the collection installed now. As you can see, collection installation complete should pop up at the end. There should be no unexpected stoppages during the installation. There are a couple of notes that you do have to read and click through. But for the most part, this installation, at least with a premium account, is basically start it and leave it alone. So that's all installed now. I'm just going to recheck the collection page to double check that there's nothing else for us to do before we get started. Really wish I had done more combat videos. Or at least that I was better at making combat videos. I'm still getting used to this whole YouTube thing. Anyway, I'm distracted. Permissions, collections. Oh, I must have scrolled right past it. Must be just before this part. No, that's not it. Why is collection? No. Okay, yeah, this is it here. So after installation is complete, download the EMB files, extract them. We already did that. Yep, we extracted those. That's good. That's fine. And then you are done. Launch via script extender and enjoy. Okay, so theoretically, everything should work when we go to launch it. So let's go to dashboard. Actually, let's quickly go to collections. Make sure nothing's loading there. Yes, always click back to plugins and wait for it to load. This will make any errors pop up. Some collections have expected errors because of custom rules that Vortex doesn't see until later. But not this collection. This collection's extremely well done to be user-friendly. So I'm going to enable the toolbar because I like having these buttons up here. Always launch with the script extender. Never launch this with anything else. So we're going to launch now. And hopefully I've done everything correctly and this works. There is the possibility that Nemesis Engine may experience problems. I'm actually going to manually check after this. I'm just going to make sure it loads me through to the menu properly. This is just ENB taking some time to fully set itself up. Although I don't have the preset applied actually, so I shouldn't have actually launched yet. But since I'm not going past the menu, I think we're okay. Sorry if you can hear that. I'm drinking a tea to keep myself going. Alright. So, still loading. There we go. And we're at the main menu screen. Everything looks fine. So now I'm going to quit out because I don't want to go any further than that just yet. And I'm going to apply one of the ENB presets. I have one downloaded already that I'm going to install. It's actually from another collection, but I really enjoy it. So I'm going to throw it on. I just have to locate it in my massive pile of mods and other downloads that I've got. Where is it in here? I don't think it's been edited in some time. There we go. There's ENB version and where's Day's custom one? Um, hang on a second. Let's arrange by type. There's Silent Horizons. That's one of them. Pycho's another one. E&B Helper, no. Why can I not find it? It's gotta be here. There's Patrician E&B. Where's Dadel's cinematic one? Well, I'm gonna open that for now, and I'll show you how to install a preset. Always manually install the presets. I've had problems with Vortex installing them before, with rather drastic and varying results. So let's do a search here for the cinematic. There we go. Day Patrician Emperor cinematic. Okay, so this is actually a two-part installation because this is actually another curator's custom settings for this. So what I'm going to do is open the Skyrim Special Edition folder. Yep, that's the correct one. It's not the one in the My Games folder. So we're going to go from the ENB Emperor version. This is the base preset. You just click and drag into the same way you did with ENB. It'll tell you that there's already the same files there. Just tell it to replace these files. Because some of them have been generated because I launched the game. Okay, so we can now eliminate that. This should ENB local series and ENB series. Yep, okay, it's all there. So we can close that one. And then we copy these over and override everything again. And that's the ENB preset applied. Alright, so now if we launch Skyrim, alright, and what I'll do is I'll create just a dummy character so that we can see some of the ENB effects and make sure that the game actually loads into the world properly. And then I will call this video a success and get on with the actual recording of the Immersive and Epic video for this evening. Okay, so here we go. New game. Guess we're going to create a new character. And actually, I think I might just create my playthrough character here, because why not? I'm here. Alright, so this is the Realm of Lorcan. The ENB preset is making it look very vivid, which I'm okay with, actually. I kind of dig it. So we're going to go race. We're going to go Khajiit. We're going to go body preset. We like... Was it that one? Or that one? I think it might be that one. We'll go with that one today. And we like Big Chungus. We like Big Kitty. Alright. And, skin tone. Maybe go with a little more of a reddish tint. I don't even know if that's making a difference. You know what, let's just see if there's... Yes, 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 that's fine. Let's see what the other presets look like. No, I think that's the one we go with. Alright, so we'll run with that one. Alright. And so we're going to call this character Dova Cat because that is my playthrough character's alias. Okay, and this one is Epic 18 plus. That way I can distinguish it if I have to see it in a text file. Alright, so here there's the greeting message from Burke. It's nice there. Little welcome there. This is just like, hey, you're in the realm of Lorcan. Alright, and so before you actually try to do anything here and like start running around, you actually want to just keep the camera moving a little bit every so often. That's to stop it from going into the free rotational camera. There's a couple of reasons for that. One of them for me is the fact that my character is actually full naked right now, which means you would see schlong, and I'm trying to avoid that. The other reason being all those messages in the top left, I find it best to completely wait until all of them have shown up. I believe the last one is Odin items have been added to the world. And then there is a quick save and quick load procedure that I follow to make sure that all of the mods have indeed loaded properly. I'm kind of hoping that Burke approves of this ENB preset because honestly, this place looks bloody incredible. I mean, it's possible he's actually touched it up again. I don't keep up on these things as much as I should. But this place right now, I think anyway, looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, there's apocalypse items have been added to the world. That always comes about the middle. And then, like I said, we're looking for, I believe the last message is Odin items have been added to the world. I would like to point out that this ENB preset is intended for higher end systems. I'm running a fairly high-end system with an RTX 4080, so I'm not a good comparison system for lower spec systems. But if you were to use a less stressful ENB preset, you may see increased performance. And since those messages have stopped, we're good, so I'm going to hit F5 to quick save, F9 to quick load, and then I'm going to wait for this set of messages to finish. And if you're wondering why I have black bands at the top and bottom, I believe that's from the cinematic preset that I put in. Okay, so Flower Girl's installed v302. That's the last message for this time round. And we do another quick save, another quick load, wait for the messages to clear one more time, and then we make a proper save and can actually get on with exploration, etc. There we go. So NFF startup tasks complete and restoring default HUD position. When those are the last two messages, everything is done being loaded for the first time. Your character is fine to start playing. That's not officially any method to use. It's just I have run into so many errors and all of them were ultimately caused by me. So I wanted to make sure that we avoided that. So thank you very much for joining me in this little adventure. I'm going to cut the video here and put some pants on my character so that I can record the actual playthrough run. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Bye now. Alright everybody, sorry about having to pop back here in at the end of the video, but I realized I forgot to show you something. So if you ever need to just double check for errors after an installation, close Vortex and then just relaunch Vortex. That will refresh everything and it will show you any current errors as well as clear up any false positives that were generated during the install, which does happen. So now that this is loaded up again, make sure you click on plugins to let this load. Still no errors. We're good. Something I meant to show you during the download phase when we were setting everything up. On the Downloads tab, download threads 1, you want to crank that up as high as it will let you go. So I can set it to 10. This will hugely increase the speed at which the game downloads and installs. So I figured I should make sure I show you guys that before I officially end this video. So hopefully that covers everything, and I hope you all have a great night. Bye.